Now, in the original mock-up of our design, we wanted to have a nice fancy font for the part where we display our name. You know, something that screams I'm a code wizard. But how do we add a custom font to our project? Well, it's as easy as pie. And no, I'm not talking about downloading a font-shaped pie. Just head over to Fonts, Google.com. It's like a font treasure trove. And the best part, all these fonts are as free as the air you breathe. So whether you're using them on your website or in your Flutter app, no font police will come knocking at your door. But here's the tricky part. You have to pick one font out of around 900 options. It's like choosing your favorite child if you have 900 of them. If you're a design guru, you can narrow it down by category. Let's say you want a fancy display font. Uncheck everything else, and voila. The font I'm going to use is called Pacifico. It looks like someone's fancy handwriting. It's like if a font could write you a love letter. So let's grab it. Just click that download button and you'll get a zip file. Unzip it and there it is, the TTF file and a license saying go ahead, use it for commercial stuff. Now, we need to add this beauty to our project. Time for some good old drag and drop action. Inside your project, create a new directory called fonts. If you're feeling rebellious and want more than one font, throw them all in there. I'm grabbing my Pacifico, dragging it into fonts, and hitting OK. And don't forget to add this file to your Git. Now, let's check out our new font. See, it's like window shopping for fonts, and it looks as pretty as a picture. We're going to use it to jazz up our text widget. But wait, there's more. We need to dive into our pubspec.ymal because fonts need a proper introduction. So, after assets, we're adding some fonts. If you didn't delete all those comments earlier, good for you. You might remember there was something about adding custom fonts. They even give you a hint and point you to the documentation. If you follow the yellow brick road, you'll find a magical page that reveals all the secrets of using custom fonts in your project. So, we've imported our font files, and now all we need to do is declare them in the pubspec.ymal. But here's the trick. YAML file indentation is like a puzzle, and it's super easy to mess up. Instead of becoming a YAML master, I recommend just copying the parts you need. We've got the Flutter part, right? So copy that and paste it right below. Now your fonts are neatly indented and you're in business. All you gotta do is change the family to the font name you picked. In my case, it's Pacifico. And for the asset location, it's inside the fonts folder called Pacifico Regular, TTF. Just replace Pacifico with your font's name and you're good to go. Now, don't make a mess with the indentation. The little birdie told me it can lead to errors. So if you want a foolproof way to get it right, just copy it from the source. Makes your life a lot easier. Now that we've added our Pacifico font, we can refer to it by name. Pacifico font family. Let's head back to our main Dart. We need to update the style of our text widget too. Change the font family to the one you specified in the pubspec file. In my case, it's Pacifico with a capital P. But here's the fun part. Adding a new font means you've got to rebuild your project from the cold. So stop what you're doing, hit play again, and watch the magic happen. Your new font will be there, looking sharp and stylish. It's like giving your app a makeover. Now, as a little challenge, I want you to apply what you've learned and create the next part of our user interface. A piece of text that describes your job title. Make it all caps and change the font to something called Source Sans Pro. You'll find it on Google Fonts. So go ahead, pause the video and make your app look even fancier. You got this. And if you're enjoying this journey with us, remember to subscribe to our channel, Code Crafters, for more fantastic Flutter adventures. Okay, let's dive back in. So, just like we did earlier, we're going to add Source Sans Pro to our font collection. Download it so you can access it locally. Unzip the file, and there it is, just waiting to be added to your project. Now, go back to your pubspec.ymal and repeat the process. Copy what you did for the Pacifico font and paste it right below with the same indentation. Now, you're telling your app that you've got two font families, Pacifico and Source Sans Pro. Make sure the asset location matches the font file's name. run a packages, get, and you'll have those fonts ready to roll. Perfect, right? Now let's add the next piece of text in our main. This one's all about your job title. Whether you're a Flutter developer, designer, project manager, or even a superhero, shout it out in all caps. And don't forget to set the style to use your new font, Source Sans Pro. But remember, the name here has to match exactly what you wrote in the pubspec file, including all the spaces and capitalization. It's like calling your friend by their full name. It has to be spot on. Now, let your creativity shine. You can change the color, increase the font size, tweak the letter spacing, and even make it bold. It's like dressing up your text in its Sunday best. So, there you have it. Custom fonts to make your Flutter app pop, but always keep an eye on that indentation. And if you ever get lost, I'll include that handy YAML file for you to download. In the next lesson, we'll explore how to add icons to your app. It's like adding a cherry on top of your digital masterpiece. For all that and more, I'll see you in the next lesson. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Code Crafters, for more Flutter fun.